Let's welcome Loretta. Come on, give her a big hand.
Be careful, Mr. Balls. What a name. Brooklyn in the house! Anybody? Well, I'm not really from Brooklyn, but it sounds better than saying Mineola, you know? So, I told my friends that I was gonna do comedy. They laughed. I thought I should have stopped right there, but here I am. Hello, friends. To be a comedian, you have to defecate. Deprecate. Let me back that up a little bit. I feel like a dominatrix because, I gotta constantly insult myself just to find the jokes. Nope, okay. But talking about a dominatrix, I went to physical therapy, and when they finished, I was like, "Thank you, Mistress Chelsea. Thank you." And this funny thing was, she took out a whip. And I'm like, "Thank God I have Blue Shield." My nephew, Joey, just turned 21, just like Eric. And I know, 21, legal and everything. So I decided to send him a fruit basket. Boy, was he disappointed. He said, "Aunt Loretta, that's not what I meant when I said edibles." So I was flirting with this guy, and I'm like, "I got more nooks and crannies than a Thomas English muffins." And he goes, "Oh, you're so cute. I just want to butter you up." And I'm like, "You can do whatever you want if I'm toasted." So a couple of weeks ago, it was a nice day, and I went on a boat, and I went fishing all day. And afterwards, I went to a bar. And these guys were like sharks circling me. And one guy's like, "You smell delicious. What kind of perfume are you wearing?" I said, "Thanks, it's chum." So I had something else I wanted to say, but I gotta be good. Have you seen that new commercial for, there's a lot of feminine products out there, right? And there's a new commercial for deodorant for the female crotch, right? Now everybody's looking at my crotch. It's El Natural right now. Why would I use that deodorant if I have Febreze? I wanted to say something else, but I'm going to stay away from it. I got the angel on one side, the devil on the other. I know you guys don't want to hear the other one. But, okay, so growing old is like a badge of honor, right? It's like playing charades. You're like, sounds like prevent, right? Sounds like something I drink gin. Oh, shoot, yeah, you heard that joke, right? So it sounds like I have to take Prevagen. I went to the doctor's office. I was out last week, so I didn't know. So I'm sorry about that, Tom. I was at the doctor's office last week. I know it sounds a little dirty. They tested me for the flu, for strep, for COVID. Thank God, none of it. Everything was fine. The doctor walked in, said, "Loretta, you got a common cold." I'm like, "What?" "Oh my God, what the heck is that?" Scary out there. So, I love DoorDash since, the quarantine and that. And I gotta break that habit. But the problem is, I don't want to go to the supermarket anymore, right? This is my problem. At checkout, I have a full cart. So I go to checkout and I put an apple down. I put a bag of spinach, right? Healthy food, right? Then I put a half a gallon of skim milk, then cake, cupcake, brownies, cookies, because you need that with milk, right? Then I put a bottle of Diet Coke down. because I have to watch my figure. And with that, I put down chips and Doritos and Pringles and Cheetos. And then the cashier's very nice. She's like, would you like anything else? I'm like, okay. So I grabbed 3 Snickers and 2 Kit Kats. And then she gives me that look. I'm like, oh, this isn't for me. This is for my kids. They have such a sweet tooth. They cost me a fortune. So I go out to the parking lot, right? And I go, I really am a sugar junkie. I just lied to the cashier, the teenage cashier at the Stop and Shop, right? I don't even have any kids. Thinking about it, I should have had kids because I could have blamed things on them, right? So just like last week, I was driving, I got pulled over because I was speeding. And the officer, I go, officer, I'm rushing my daughter to the hospital. Ma'am, there's nobody in your car. You're all alone. I forgot to take my Prevagen? Ma'am, okay, I was rushing to Stop and Shop. So, a friend of mine came over to help me organize some of my stuff. And she's like, you know, you have a lot of exercise equipment. And I'm like, no, can't you tell by my physique? Yes, way. Okay, so I got a new Fitbit, and I'm loving it. 10,000 steps is a lot. I did that all in 1 month. Fitbit called and said, are you still alive? So, a friend of mine bought me a whistle for protection. So I'm walking in the park, right, and some guy's following me. So I blow the whistle. Not only did it chase him away, it stopped 2 soccer games and I got a new dog. So strange things have been happening since we've been locked down and stuff. This old man was coming to my house every single day with his walker, right? And he's coming every single day. So finally I opened up the door and I said, hey, you can keep coming here, but I'm not going to go to bed with you. And he's like, relax. I'm just trying to get my 10,000 steps in. My parents were raised during the Great Depression, and they kept everything. I mean, if anybody knows anybody from the Great Depression, you know they've kept everything. God bless them. And they left me with all this stuff, a lot of stuff. And it's garbage. Literally, it is garbage. I hate to say that, right? And I have to get rid of it. You know what? It's a good idea. Anybody here wants 5 pairs of galoshes or 6 bags of Werther's butterscotch? No? All right. Next time I'll try to auction something else off. All right. So I'm in a cafe, and I see these 2 beautiful young women, right? To be young again. And they're like, oh, we're sugar babies. Now, I was overhearing them, but really I was just like listening. You know, I was just getting in their conversation without them knowing. Because I'm nosy like that. And they're like, oh, we're sugar babies. They fly us to Paris and Fiji and Tahiti, and they wine and dine us in all the extravagant restaurants. I'm like, where do I sign up for this, right? At my age and with my luck, I'll be getting a free sugarless Jell-O at the living assistant home. And that's kind of my luck. But I'm still single, so if anybody has any friends, not divorced, so that's why I can clap for you before Mr. Balls. All right, and that's my time. Thank you very much.